hippopotamus for Christmas.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Y'all, have you ever been sitting around having breakfast on a crisp, clean December morning, enjoying a tall glass of cold cranberry juice cocktail, but you think to yourself, you know what this could use? Oak moss.
Well, they have you covered over at Catie's Bubbles.
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why? Come on in the live chat, meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. Sin City Shaves is in there, Tesla Driver's in there. They'd love to meet you too.
They would, and for our mention today, we wanted to talk about our new stainless steel stand from Ollieworks.
Isn't this beautiful? It's a different shape than the aluminum stand, and I was a little confused at first how the plates were going to fit in, because every time I saw this pictured, one of them was kind of sitting kitty corner like that. Well, here's how it works. If they're back to back, both of the plates fit in flush, and the third one stays installed on the razor. There's a little bit of a reservoir so any water can escape. I love this, and I love how matchy-matchy it is with this gorgeous razor. And what is our soap today?
It has been way too long since we've had a Catie's Bubble, so we decided to start things off with Crangère. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at catiesbubbles.com. A customer turned friend reached out to me with a wonderfully bad idea. He loves our Blugère and Cape Cod cranberry and wondered if we could take the cranberry note and give it the Blugère treatment. I created a Fougère bottom end with some similarity to Blugère, but different enough to stand on its own, and then layered the top end of Cape Cod cranberry to create a new, enjoyable, fruit-topped, woody Fougère. And y'all, when we reached out to the brethren and told them that we had just made a rather large purchase with Catie's Bubbles, the first thing out of their mouths was, "Did you get Crangère?" So I think we're in for some mysteries and wonders today. Let's take this out of the box. Ooh, this is how they come, y'all. I think Catie's Bubbles is one of the first 5 artisans we ever ordered from. Remember Saturday morning? I still adore that one. Oh, look at this.
We may have done some damage for Black Friday sales.
Beautiful.
Hey,
look at all the Swedish fish. That's how you know you're in trouble. And it looks like we've got a note and a sticker.
Hey.
Thank you, Marcus. Hope you and Sarah love these. Enjoy from Chris. Thanks, buddy. Chris is one of the most knowledgeable soap makers in the entire game, and everybody knows this. What did we do on Black Friday? You did not see Tonsorial Parlor Boy. I have been curious about that one and its flanker. Right. Connecticut shade, y'all. 95 liquid labels. Oh yeah, stay tuned. And in the premium line, Miracle. Well, y'all, this just took on a very special meaning. This is going to be a Rob Reiner episode. And there is the one that we have all come to see today. I love that little graphic on the label, and it's in the premium line.
Well, since I was the one that made cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, I'm a little excited about this one, I gotta admit. It's time for our first impression.
So I have 2 questions before I smell this. The first is, am I going to make that face? And the second, is this effective against urinary tract infections? No on both counts. Where do you think this is gonna land? How much cranberry and how much Fougère do you think we're gonna find in this?
You know, I just remember the guys coming back from the meetup where it first debuted, and they all immediately were begging for the EDPs. So I think no matter what we have in mind, we are not expecting the magic that is in this top. It is still the birthday week here, so birthday boy goes
Taking
first.
full advantage of that. All right, here we go. Taking it in. Oh, beautiful pour there. All right, here we go. The shaking clam.
It has been way too long. That was bad.
Oh, y'all!
Yeah?
Hold on. Wait. Now I get it. Now I get why this has been spoken of in such hushed tones for a couple of years. This is wild. Who would have thought that absolutely what a Fougère needed was a solid hit of cranberry? This is mysterious. This is new. This is beautiful. Hold on.
I am glad that friend made this lovely, wonderfully weird request.
And where it starts is subtly familiar. Y'all, I'm getting hints of Brute under the surface of this. This starts as a true textbook fougere, and one that you will remember with nostalgia from the 60s or 70s. But then it jumps in a DeLorean and takes a time-traveling trip across the ages, because something in here is definitively Christmas. Something is welcoming. It's not the tart side of the cranberry. It's the candied side of the cranberry. But y'all, hold on. It's not like there's cranberry and fougere and they put them together and we're like, how's this gonna go? These are put together like a zipper. Like everything my nose is finding in the fougere, there's something in the cranberry that goes click, and then click, and then click, and then click, and then click, all the way down so that I can't even separate them. The name is absolutely right. It's not cranberry fougere, it's Crangère. Hold on.
I tried not to read any of the set notes, but all I know is that there's a lot as we got scrolling. So there is some magic in there.
Well, you know, there's something silvery and a little bit metallic inside of a fougere. And sometimes after I've been wearing that for a few hours, especially if lunchtime is approaching and I'm getting a little hungry, it gets a little pokey to my nose. It gets a little light and cloudish, and I'm sometimes even get a little bit nauseous when I'm smelling those kind of things if I'm hungry.
Right, a straight fougere.
This is so different. This shaves all of those pokies, all of those metallics, and much of the squinchiness of the oak moss out, and just fills this cranberry-size hole in the middle of that fougere. Takes out the silvery and turns the entire thing burgundy. Exceptional, Chris. Exceptional. Yeah, right where I would normally be finding a little bit of a sense of powder, inside of this fougere, it transitions seamlessly into like a new fallen snow, a powdered sugar on top of those cranberries. And it's not the tart cranberry sauce that you made at Thanksgiving, because I am still puckered over that. It was fabulous, but it was not sweet. And there was a lot of orange and wonderful things in it. This is the straight up cranberry. And you know what else? Funny. It's not the sugar sweetened cranberry either from Ocean Spray. It's much more of like the actual fruit, but it's been like baked into a cranberry bread. So all of those tart edges are kind of shaved off.
I wonder if it's the woodsy sides that's not making it creamy, but just kind of helping round out those edges.
I want my house to smell like this. Well, I think it is specifically the oak moss that's been turned down to make room for the cranberry. It's not gourmandy at all, but it's welcoming. It's more inviting. It's more familiar. It's warmer. Oh, and a contender for the smell of my best friend's house growing up. He turned 50 5 days ago. I turned 50 in 2 days. So I never let him forget that giant patch of time where he's 1 year older than me. This smells like his house growing up, because his mom used way better cleaning products than mine did. His mom used way better laundry detergent than we could afford, and always had something going in the oven. So when you walk in, you were hit with this beautiful nostalgic sense of home and clean, and then your nose was like, ooh, is there something sweet and inviting in the oven? That's what this completely captures, and for me, that's what will make this a definitive Christmas soap going forward, because you can go home again in some ways. Wow. And I think part of the magic is right before it hits tart, like right before you get sweet instead. So you're expecting a little bit of a, and you don't get it. It hugs you instead. All right, take this in. I am excited to see what you get.
Do you get more like a masculine versus feminine?
I don't even go there.
Sometimes?
I didn't even go there. I mean, I thought, yes, this would definitely be at home on my grandpa. Like I put it through that filter, but I don't think it's a masculine and feminine thing any more than I do a family home smell. It's not masculine or feminine. Nah, it's both. It's familial this Christmas.
Because like sometimes the fougères, I feel like lean a little more masculine.
That's what's amazing. 100%. Like when we watch 9 to 5 and we want to smell like a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot, we put on Brute to kind of get that sense of what it would have been like in an office in the 1970s. Yep. This is the total opposite, and yet for me, Brute is recognizable under the surface.
Okay.
Love this.
Let's see here, Lenny.
I understand the hype now. Totally get it.
Yes, I'm with you. Okay, that is the perfect name. Okay. The cranberry has like a way to warm up of fougere. Sometimes, to me, fougères have more of that brisk, crisp, kind of like bring it in fast sort of a whiff to it. And the cranberry just kind of eases you in. It is like I don't say it's a dried cranberry, but you're right. It's not super tart and it's not super sweet. It's just almost that color of just warming things up. Like this time of year, this season, it really fits. Like the fougere almost turns into more of a spice. Instead of getting too like silvery, like you were mentioning, the woodsy side of it really helps kind of balance it out. Like I almost feel like I could be watching a documentary on how they store all the cranberries. Like there's something outdoorsy about it, but really turned up into a fancy perfumer's lane.
Be careful what documentaries on cranberries you pull up on YouTube, because spiders are a problem.
If you don't like spiders, don't go looking.
I will not be a cranberry farmer, ever. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yes, I'm with you. I really can't get a big enough whiff of this, where sometimes fougères can get a little pokey, and I kind of have to just pause on my whiff a little bit, because if I am hungry at all, something in that fougere, I think it's the oak mossness, can make me a little like, ooh, I need a break. This is the opposite. I want to keep whiffing this, and I don't want to stop.
It feels like a warm blanket out of the dryer. Like, it's crazy the sense of home and family I get from this.
But there is like a winter dampness that's happening with this whiff, like almost like an oudi or a deep spice in the woods at the very end that has this chilly kind of cold factor kicking in.
We were talking about that yesterday. Our heater is set to exactly the same temperature it is set to in July. So why is it so much colder in here in the winter? You can feel it. Maybe it's the slab under this ancient carpet. I mean, who knows?
But you can almost sense in a whiff formation and feel in the air the dampness that's different during the winter season. We 100%. Have the fog that's here a good chunk of the day, so you can just even walking outside, you can smell that wetness, dew in the air. And there's something about this that wet smell is a much colder winter thing that I associate, and it's coming through here in a wonderful way. Like I think almost fall into winter, this one you'd want to use all the way through the end of January, maybe early February.
Doesn't smell anything like Sylvan Fog, but is for sure in that lane somehow.
If you want it to be a little sweeter, like Sylvan Fog to me is way more that brisk, foggy side. This has a little more charm, a little more winter season kind of fun thrown in.
Charm's a great word for this, 100%. You know how if you buy a MasterCard gift card, you have to use all of it? You don't get change back?
You got to get the exact amount.
Well, we've figured out that you can actually just buy an e-gift card from the artisan with your MasterCard gift card, and they keep the change for you. It's on file.
So if you have a $20 master gift card, buy a $20 gift card to, let's say, Catie's Bubbles. And then you're not wasting any extra on the end, because otherwise you're stressing like, is that enough to get on the soap? I feel like I'm under a cozy blanket, chilling, and I'm at like a cabin in the woods, and I just happen to open the window, and there's something about that coolness and that gentle dampness in the air. The woodsy side comes through. It's not super green, but there is a little greenery outdoors. And Marcus says,
well, we know our fougères this year, y'all. The Doppelganger Continuum series. Are you kidding me? Gorgeous. But there is just something about this, because fougères are not my favorite lane. I'm a gourmand guy, as you can tell. But somehow putting those hands together, this might be my favorite fougère I have experienced yet.
I totally see why, because you're right. It rounded out all those edges that can potentially get pokey. Like usually if I smell a fougère, I see a green color. This one I don't. I see a dark wood bark with like a burgundy kind of deeper cranberry color.
Yeah, color's what I see.
Yeah, not the bright pink, the deeper side.
Right. This is the first time I've stolen the soap back because I just want to keep whiffing it.
Yeah, this might even be one that we'd want in the EDP. I feel like you need to spend a few hours with this, like somehow how the dry down happens. I feel like there's just a journey between the two sides that we're getting. It's exactly like you said. It blends together so well. I almost, if I didn't even know the name of this.
I want to shoot the rest of these this week. Are you kidding me?
But if I didn't even know the name of this, I think I would still get a wintry, warm, woodsy spice. Yes. So I don't even need to know that it's specifically cranberry.
And there is something woody in there. You're right. There's some mahogany. No, something darker.
Well, because look at what it says. It says a cranberry topped woody fougère.
Well, y'all, there is one way to find out. Let's take another look at these scent notes and build y'all a Crangère-ish lather. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at catiesbubbles.com. We have your scent note list here in front of us, and I am a bit flummoxed, but a bit satiated by this. This is making a lot of sense. Beginning with
cranberry, which we would expect. That's perfect. But then it goes into sea moss, not oak moss. sea moss.
And look at my face. That's part of how they fixed it. Because the oak moss is going to get a little squinchy and a little pokey. But sea moss, think Irish moons instead of oak moss. Y'all, fabulous.
Which, when we were watching how cranberries are, cultured and stuff, it's in water.
Right.
So somehow that actually blends really well with the cranberry.
And then bergamot in a shave soap. How dare you? But under that is lavender. So, bergamot, lavender from Sterling, that's kind of inside of that fougere too, sticking it to the oak moss a little bit, and I love it because it adds a little bit of a familiar sweet and a little bit of a floral just to open the door to the rest of these darker notes. We have geranium, which is a spicy floral, and galbanum. I forgot. Galbanum. Crushed leaves, cut grass, and green bell peppers all put into one note. Y'all nailed it. It's in the background, but that's there.
I'm going with cut leaves. That's what my brain got first. But like the dried portions, so they're still kind of green, but not fully.
It's that adds petrichorish.
Right. And then it almost blends into what an oak moss would be, but again, in a much tamer way.
Right. And then my cousin Sheila's favorite scent, whole wood. Y'all, in some of our darkest and most mysterious scents, American vintage. Are you kidding me? Gorgeous. And that's kind of what sets the scene for the darks under the surface of this and these rich bass notes. Coumarin, a lovely hay-like note that borders on vanilla. And I think that's where I'm getting a little bit more of that vanilla bread-like sense in here. Well, then we've got vetiver, which I'm not really sensing other than sort of a warm earthiness in there, maybe.
Yeah, just a gentle green.
Right.
And here might be the last woody one we hear. We have sandalwood into patchouli. But there is an oud. I knew there was a dark something. So that's as dark as we get, my friend, is with the oud.
And this is the kind of oud where if you don't like oud, you'll like this oud.
Yep.
Right, Dave?
There's just something that adds that darkness in winter. And I think the oud is that final end of the whiff for me.
And you know what? The oud is not just like a whisper of it that has to be brought to your attention. When I read that and I smell for it, it's 8-9% of my whiff. It is pretty palpable, but the way everything else surrounds it, it's almost just like if you had a cranberry bread that was baked in an outdoor oven. That smokiness that gets added to it is kind of what I'm sensing in here, and it's fabulous. I'm not getting patchouli in any kind of the traditional danky sense, the San Francisco State 1990s patchouli. That's not this.
It's interesting because after looking at this list, my brain was almost interpreting something like a star anise. It's not in there.
Yeah.
But like I even just like at the pot on the stove where we make just different things to put in there. I'll put the anise with the cranberry, oranges and things. So I think my brain is like filling it in, but there's something in that darker tone that I like how the magic is being used here. Maybe it's with the hoe wood or something else that's recreating it, but I'm liking it.
And this doesn't get enough love because I suppose he's rather seasonal. This is my Grinch brush from Craig at Opus Brush, and it says the Grinch on the bottom, and it's a Manchurian knot. I adore this thing.
Yeah, we got to sneak that in before all of the December episodes are over.
Right. And my Captain's Choice Aqua Marine Bowl. I adored that thing too. That was my first real grown-up shape. Oh, this is very soft.
Yeah?
This is Macduff's territory.
Okay.
Soft. All right, beautiful. I'm just going to push it into the ridges of this bowl here because the first goal is just to transfer it up onto the bristles of the brush before we start building a lather. So I'm going to make a rather thin layer of soap on the bottom of the bowl. Like this, and these animal bristles are going to pull up on that real quick.
Yeah, we get to show off the premium shaving soap of their line.
Smell this with just the water on it. Is that heavenly? There's something else like from the EDP world that's coming out for me in that.
And I think that means we might be getting the splash. It's our order as well. Just
What time is it? All right. I'm just going to go one way and then the other. I'm just going to let a little bit of that water that's hit the top of the soap moisten the bristles a little bit, but I'm not really going to wet the brush and I'm not going to soak it. I know. Tell Craig at Opus Brush. He told us we have to do it like this. Oh, something beautifully clean and soapy is now coming out of this.
I even like the geranium, the lavender,
There
the
it
bergamot,
is.
something. Those are brightening up.
Yes. And then all the soap's gone from the bowl. It's all hiding here among the bristles. Then I'm going to go grab some of that water and then start making my circles in earnest. And watch this, y'all. After a dozen or so little swirls, the lather man cometh. And then for me, it's going to need to ask you for water, which is what it's kind of doing now. Just about the time that paste is no longer growing for you, you want to add a little more water. Just a little. Remember when Joel put it under the faucet? I was like, what are you doing?
Okay, we gotta start over.
That was my first day as a Ralph Cramden-style lather coach.
We have now learned, do not let them have access to the faucet.
No, newbies cannot be trusted adding water to lather, I will say that.
We were newbie for a very long time.
A long time.
We understand.
Watch our first 20 episodes. Those lathers were hilarious.
It is fun to go back every once in a while and see. We are almost to our 700th episode. How did that happen?
I don't know. It feels like we're on 200.
I might have said 250. We will need to add on to the house in order to keep this going, but that's okay.
Put it in a basement.
It's fine.
Under the bathroom.
Yeah.
That cranberry and that fougere, they needed each other. This is a yin-yang moment. This is a Reese's peanut butter and chocolate moment.
Well, it is kind of like a mashup because it's two of their scents that they have. So just now we have to get both of them separate. We got to get the Blue Gere and the Cape Cod Cranberry to see where the magic came from.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. Speaking of Cape Cod, this is the Tom Hanks John Candy whiff on 3, 1, 2 with a side of Daryl Hannah on 3, 1, 2. Oh my God.
Oh, she woke up.
Yo,
she woke up in here.
It's spicier in this. I can smell the darks more. I'm getting the patchouli more. And it's making the cranberry more magical.
But I'm even getting more of the lavender bergamot, like the zestiness kind of woke up.
The oud is here for me. Y'all. And speaking of Cape Cod, we also love watching our Cape Cod West shaving and seeing how the lather coats and covers his face. And we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. But I thought you might like to see what this base looks like. It goes on a moneymaker and a dry one. You kidding?
I feel like I'm walking through the coolest forest, like literally like up in the North Pole. Like there's just something magical about this forest. And I think it's the cranberry meeting that little greenish side of the fougere into the spicy, damp woods.
I used to hate deep fried zucchini until my mom took me to a place that cut it thin, dipped it in a ton of batter, deep fried it just right, and covered it with Parmesan cheese and spices. Now that fixed it for me. Y'all, I am having the same experience right now with fougères. This has fixed fougères for me. Well, only because it is absolutely textbook fougère. It's about what they've added to it.
I feel like we're going to have to diagnose that and take things a little bit deeper into this forest. All right, y'all, we don't mean to alarm you, but as we were perusing the Catie's Bubbles website, there is one called Legenberry, an EDP that's a combo of Blue Gere and Crangère. So it's cranberries and blueberries and woody fougères. Oh my.
Oh my. Well, I think part of why we're so flummoxed is cranberries are only supposed to be able to get this good. They're not chocolate.
No.
This turns cranberries into something as beautiful as apples or strawberries or neroli to my nose, and it's crazy.
Like, my brain almost even thought it was like a holly berry. Like, it just, something has happened to the cranberries in a fun way that almost makes them become like a whole new thing. I think I know what you're shaving with tonight, my friend.
I'm shaving right now.
All right, I think I'm getting the vibe, just from our reactions here, that this may be the newest contender to our masterpiece list.
I absolutely concur, y'all. Welcome to the 17th member of the 2025 Barbershop Duet Masterpiece Collection. Crangère from Catie's Bubbles, absolutely deserving.
I know, I'm sorry we waited this long, but I gotta say, in this winter weather, it's just hitting something deep in our souls.
Well, California's been under a blanket of severe fog for the last 3 weeks, and somehow this smells like it. Beautiful, silvery, inviting, like a big hug.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun to put under your birthday umbrella week because it just adds a little extra more fun to this remembrance of opening it.
And I love that it's not gourmandy.
True.
I feel like that would have been a little bit of an easy way out. Take a cranberry bread and add a little fougere. No, they started with a lot of fougere and added exactly the right kind of cranberry. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be a couple of idiots who have not bought a Catie's Bubble Soap in far too long. And you're going to be perusing the website and mention a few of your choices to the boys. And just about the time their eyes light up like a whack-a-mole game when you say the word Crangère, you are going to hit purchase and get your own. So head over to catiesbubbles.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Crangère. Look at my face. The reason that we call this section, I guess we should probably mention how it shaves, is because we knew we were newbies. We knew it would take hundreds of shaves before we could accurately or intelligently speak to what these lathers were doing, because everything we cover here on the show is top tier anyway. Now that I know a little bit more of what I'm doing, now that I have more experience with these ingredients, with these bases, with these formulas, Catie's Bubbles premium soaps are in my top 5. Y'all, look at this shave I just got. It went on thick like plaster. It set up instantly in my bowl. My razor was petrified of it, and it was stainless steel. The weepers were almost non-existent. There was one I was asking for, but you know why? Because I was trying 900 things I would not normally be brave enough to try. I mean, the scent, absolute masterpiece. And for a guy who's not a giant Fougere fan, this fixes Fougères for me. And I am just giddy because I've just had one of the best shaves I've ever had. Catie's Bubbles, thank you for this. And for the next one, we are hoping for a miracle.
Welcome to our December messages.
So y'all, for the occasion of my 50th birthday, I asked Sarah if she would buy me a custom Grizzly Bay brush in barbershop colors, and he made a fabulous one. And he made a fabulous second one that he gave us for free to give away here on the show. Thank you, buddy. All you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. Make sure your entries are sent in by New Year's Eve, and then check back on our first January episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. I really wonder what people would think if you were wearing this and you walked by. Like, what's the first thought that will come to mind? Like, charming? Welcoming? Do I want to go hug this person? Ooh, that person smells good. I feel like it would definitely get you thinking. It's kind of one of a thinker sense here.
For me, I think the more you know Fougères, the more you're going to have your socks knocked off by this. Kind of like the more you know a song, the more you can appreciate a really clever cover version of that song.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking about for this. So if you are a Fougère fan, if you've got a few different bottles of Brut on your shelf, this would be your pony for the Christmas season.
And it sounds like we're going to be adding the Blugère to our list because clearly we are a fan. Whatever friend requested to have this made, good job on you. Thank you, Chris, for making this happen. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.